is a story that I'm sure you've heard of, and if you haven't, get ready because it's a pretty awesome story. David faced Goliath, and it comes from the book of 1 Samuel chapter 17. There was a giant, and this giant was 9 feet 9 inches tall. That's almost 10 feet tall. He wore a heavy bronze armor, a brass helmet, and he carried a heavy spear. His name was Goliath, and he was the terrifying champion of the Philistine army. He stood across from the valley of the Israelite army, and he said every day for 40 days, he would make fun of the Israelite army by shouting, "Send me a man who can fight." And not one Israelite stepped forward to fight the giant. One day, Jesse told David, his youngest son, to check on his older brothers who were in the Israelite army. And Jesse sent grain, bread, and cheese with David to give to his brothers and the army commander. When David arrived, he heard Goliath shout out the mean things about God. Still, no one came forward to fight Goliath. David asked, "Who is this Philistine who is challenging the armies of the living God?" And David told King Saul, "I will fight this man." "You are too young," the king said. And David told how he protected his sheep from bears and lions that attacked his flock. And David said, "Goliath will be like one of the bears or lions. He has spoken against our God. The God who helped me with the lion and bear will help me with this enemy." Saul offered his armor to David, but he was not used to wearing armor. Instead, David chose 5 smooth stones from it and he put them in his pouch. He grabbed his sling and he walked confidently toward Goliath. Goliath actually mocked David, but Goliath's words did not scare David. He said, "You came against me with weapons, but I come to you in God's name. Today, he will help me win a battle. Everyone will know today that the battle is the Lord's." When Goliath came forward to attack, David quickly ran to the battle line. He placed a stone into his sling and he slung it quickly, hitting Goliath in the forehead. The Philistine warrior fell face down on the ground. God helped David beat Goliath, and the Philistines ran away. God helped David win the battle with the sling and a stone. Our Christ focus is that Jesus understands what it was like to be human. Our Bible verse is Psalm 37:5, and it says, "Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in Him, and He will act." Today's faith question is, what is the law of God stated in the 10 Commandments? And here's our truth bomb, is that you shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself an idol. You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Honor your father and your mother. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony, and you shall not covet. The law of God is an important form or an important term for what we have been told through the Bible that God wants from us. God wants us to love Him with all that we have and to love others. God has also given us some specific commands that go along with these laws. These specific commands are called the 10 Commandments, and all these commandments help us to love God and love others. Exodus 23 says, "You shall have no other gods before me." This is the first of the 10 Commandments, and it reminds us that God is the center of all we do, and we can fulfill the law of God. What is the law of God in the 10 Commandments? And our truth bomb today is that this list of commands that we will follow.